Hey Anthem Central, welcome back. My name is Matt, and welcome back to the channel today. So I'm bringing you guys a very important video today, and this is going to be on how to defeat the legendary boar scars in Anthem. And for those that don't know, these guys are some of the most difficult enemies in this game at the moment, right alongside the Ash Titans. Now, how exactly do you guys do this? How did I do this completely solo in this gameplay on hard difficulties? Let me tell you guys, this was not easy. I went through many close calls, and honestly, this gameplay really did show the way I developed even from beginning to end in regards to my actual attack on these guys. So the whole goal here is to rescue the anarchists from the scars. Those are those guys that are in these little cages, and once you do that, you have to eliminate these giant scars. Let me tell you guys, they are extremely tough to fight against, and I think there's a couple of things you guys should be aware of when going to approach these guys. So first off, the one thing that I noticed is that these guys have a couple technical limitations. First off, they turn extremely slowly. They don't turn fast, they don't even move fast, but the problem is you'll be faced with 3 of them, and the 3 of them in conjunction is always a horrible idea. So always try to isolate one as best you can. Now once you do isolate one, you're going to want to work on a couple tactics. First off, you're going to want to try to shoot them in their yellow critical spots. You'll see that on the back of them, they have almost like a little sack on their back, and that's exactly where you want to try to shoot them because you'll do much more damage per shot if you go for their critical areas. Now this works in conjunction with combos because all you have to do is prime the enemy with that little ice like you guys see me doing here with the interceptor, and then just slash through them right after. It's a great attack. It works absolutely wonderfully. Now this is kind of a good stalling method because if you're waiting for your ultimate ability to charge up, that proved definitely very effective for me. Now in terms of actual combat with these guys, here's where it gets tough. Because as an interceptor, I have very low health. Ranger, really doesn't have all that much. Neither does Storm, really. The only one that I think has enough health for this is the Colossus. But even then, the lack of mobility might put you in kind of the same spot. So what would I suggest you guys do in regards to the actual fighting here? Well, first, before you get into the fight, you guys have to be aware of what type of class setup you're running. In this gameplay, you guys see I'm running a shotgun and a assault rifle, and they're both blue legendaries. In this particular rifle, it's not really an assault rifle, it's a single shot, but you get the idea here. This particular rifle, I thoroughly believe, is the best gun in the game. I'm going to do a video on this for you guys, and at least from what we know at the moment, this is definitely the best gun in the Anthem demo, and I think it's definitely something you guys should look at because this thing freaking melts. And on normal enemies, it will do 464 points of damage in one headshot. Now that's not as easy when it comes to these guys because these scars are much more resilient and it takes much more damage to actually go through them, and even the bullets themselves don't do that much damage particularly. So how do you go about approaching these guys? Well, the first thing that I notice is isolating them. Do not, I repeat, do not fight more than one of these guys at once. And you see, whenever I get in those situations, I do everything possible to ensure that that doesn't happen because you can only focus on one at a time. It is very hard to actually work, on both of them at once, and the damage they're going to deal is going to be horrific. I mean, horrific against you. So definitely try to isolate one. Now again, as I mentioned earlier in the video, guys, they don't really move fast. They can't turn very fast, and this is where you have your advantage. So I recommend to start off at a distance, and as they work their way closer, of course, hit them in their vulnerable points, like their arm is always a good spot, or that little spot on their back. But what I do quite frequently in a lot of these games is simply rotate around this center pillar. And again, on this little mission, you guys see there is a center pillar in the middle. Now, I'm sure you will be encountering these scars in other spots in the game, but for this particular mission, and I think some other places this could be applicable, I would recommend just hovering around one spot and knowing that you always have verticality on your side. Remember, these guys aren't jumping up and around. They really have no ability to do that. So your best idea, your best bet in this situation is going to be always flying high and attempting to find some sort of diversion, some sort of distraction to get them away from simply melting you at once. And again, once you get your ultimate ability, I mean, it's pretty much over for these guys. Really, all you have to do is prime them with the ice and then go crazy with your ultimate. It will take them out very quickly, but you're going to have to deal some damage firsthand and, of course, survive until you unlock that ultimate. So again, as I was saying, guys, what you're going to want to do is rotate around that center pillar. Again, these guys aren't mobile. They're not very versatile in their attacks, and I think that is definitely the best idea to go about this. Now, what I think you guys should notice is when you're in air, this is something I really wasn't a master of until much later after playing this game, is that once you're in air, once you're already high up, you'll notice that you can actually stay there. You could stay there, hover, and shoot, and actually go do a little circle, do a little 360 around each enemy. You have very very, very fast hover speed, especially as a ranger slash interceptor. So that, at least in my eyes, is why I would recommend going for that sort of route, just kind of staying somewhat up in the air, preventing these guys from ganging up on you, and doing some type of 360, either using that 360 around the pillar in the middle, or doing a general orbit, doing some type of orbital around these scars. And I think that is the best way to take these guys down. Again, I did this completely solo on hard difficulty, which is not easy. Let me tell you guys, it is not easy in any way. So definitely, of course, guys, take a look at this strategy. Let me know how this works for you. And I think it is really worth doing because these world events do give you a lot of really cool loot. And of course, in the full game, you'll for sure want to obtain that stuff. And I'll notice that it does send you very far ahead, more than normal free play does, more than even some of the standard missions. But by going ahead and doing these world events specifically, you're going very far ahead. You're advancing much more than you might think. With that being said, guys, thank you all so much for watching the video. I really do appreciate it. If you guys did enjoy, definitely drop a like. If you made it up to this point in the video, comment the word, let's see, which javelin haven't we done in a while? Comment Ranger down below in the comments, just to prove you made it up to the 6-minute mark. Comment Ranger down below in the comments. Thank you guys so much as always. My name is Matt, and I will see you all on the next one. Join our Discord, follow me on Twitch, all that good stuff. Links down below. I'll see you all on the next one. Peace.